1976 brought us Reginald Perrin, who filled his days with lustful thoughts about his loyal and besotted secretary, Joan Greengross.
I think Reggie had a very typical life at the time, because obviously in the 70s, those are the days where you got married and you stayed married, and you got a job at 18 or 21, and you stayed in that job till you retired and you got a gold clock.
I think Reggie had this typical male fantasy about his secretary, which I happen to know quite a lot of businessmen did have. Very much a product of its time. I mean, they don't even have secretaries as such now. They don't sit down and dictate letters to people, they do emails. But in those days, there was quite an intimate relationship, and it had a sexual connotation quite a lot of the time, I think.
Nice dress, Joan, is it new?
I've had it 3 years. Right, I'm ready. I said I'm ready.
Ready for what?
Well, the letters, of course.
Oh, yes, yes.
I suppose that, yes, cavorting with Leonard was ahead of its time. I suppose so. And I'd certainly never done anything like that, to be honest.
Pretty like Kate.
Oh, go on, live a little, eh?
We'd only just met. I knew who he was. Of course I did. He'd been in so many things. But he was in the front of the car, and I got in the back. And he did say good morning. I said, good morning. I suppose we must have had a bit of a chat, but it wasn't a great... And the next thing, wherever they took us, 40 minutes later, we were all set up, and there we were, canoodling, and he was throwing himself on me, and I was throwing himself on him.
Next thing to do is to make a final decision about our flavour.
Yes, well, we're having a tasting in my office tomorrow, Sir J. Jones laying it all on.
You've got a good woman there.
Yes.
So that was quite a first meeting, but it did seem to work. But it did work, yes, and it was quite risky.
You doing anything exciting over the weekend, Ron?
Well, you've just asked me that, and I said I was going to the laundrette.
No.
Are you doing anything exciting this weekend, Mr.
No, it's absolutely riveting, yes. I'm cleaning up the loft tomorrow, and on Sunday we're going to visit my mother-in-law. Yes, and when I've done that, if I've got any energy left over, I may have a bit of a...
You may have a bit of what?
I may have a bit of a go at the garden.
The best thing is when I worked with Sue Nicholls on Coronation Street, and the first thing I said to her is, I can't believe I've met Joan Greengross.
Wasn't I lucky to be in that? It was really good. So yes, I had a ball, absolute ball.